Well, at least we know what Negan was doing prior to the zombie apocalypse.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I bet you do. Hey everybody, welcome back to Drinks and a Movie. Chris Hamker here with you. Today we'll be talking about the new action movie Rampage. But first, let's start with the drink. And the drink we're doing today is called the GRL for George, Ralph, Lizzie. Those are the characters from the Rampage video game. They're the big monkey, the big wolf, and the big Godzilla thing. Lizard. Lizzie, the lizard. So that's what this drink's called. It's a layered shot, and layered shots are not that simple to do, and so we're going to try it out, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then, well, so be it. But the shot is very easy. It's Midori on the bottom with Bailey's ice cream on top of that with dark black spiced rum on top of that. So let's make this layered shot and talk about Rampage. You fill this up about a third of the way, and then very layer on some Bailey's, so it's kind of layered on top of that. And then with your spoon, layer on some dark spiced rum on top of that to try to get kind of a green, white, and brown. It didn't quite work out, but it did all right. And I'm okay with it not quite working out because this movie doesn't quite work out. So cheers. And here's to Rampage and the GRL. Not as bad as it looks. So Rampage is directed by Brad Peyton and stars Dwayne Johnson. I'm going to call him Dwayne Johnson. I'm not doing any of this The Rock business. He hasn't been The Rock for like, I don't know, probably over 10 years. He was The Rock when he was a character on a sports show. I know they call it wrestling, but it's not wrestling. Real wrestling is this. Not real wrestling, real wrestling. Not real. So he's not The Rock. He's Dwayne Johnson. And it's not his fault. I think it's the people's fault that keep calling him The Rock. Anyway, I digress. Rampage. Rampage, directed by Brad Peyton and stars Dwayne Johnson as Davis Okoye, a zoologist? I think he works real closely with his best friend George, who is a albino ape, a huge albino ape. And they know sign language and they talk and they have a real good relationship. And actually, that's the best relationship in the movie. I would actually love to see a movie about that, about Dwayne Johnson and his ape friend, and they work in a zoo. It's no Matt Damon's We Bought a Zoo, but I think it would be a little bit better. Anyway, I'm getting off track, mainly because I don't want to talk about this movie because this movie's so bad. It's so bad and not in a good way. It's not. It's bad in a Saturday afternoon sci-fi original movie way. And that usually sounds fun. People get together and watch those and make fun of them. Great. But you don't have to pay as much for them. I mean, you pay a little bit for them because you pay for cable, but you don't pay as much as you do going to the theater like Rampage is. Okay, so he's this zoologist, and I mean, look, it doesn't matter because nothing else makes sense in this movie. This movie is not good. I wish it made the effort as much as Dwayne Johnson makes the effort in every one of his movies. That's the only good part about this is him. He, once again, exudes charisma, and you love watching him. You do. You love watching him because he gives 100% in every single thing he does. And that's what is impressive about Dwayne Johnson, is that he just totally commits to everything. And I think he and Negan were the only two that really knew that this movie was as stupid as it was. Everybody else took it entirely too seriously, including the movie itself, took itself entirely too seriously. And that's what mistake this movie made, was they didn't wink at the camera, they didn't make it tongue-in-cheek, they didn't commit to the absurdity of this premise. And I wish they did, because this movie could have been kind of a great popcorn flick, but it wasn't. It was just really stupid. And I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, look, not even the charisma of Dwayne Johnson could make this any good. And I think Dwayne Johnson somehow has a thing in his contract where he does a good movie and then a bad movie and then a good movie and then a bad movie, because that happened within the past year. He did Fate of the Furious, which is super fun and knew what it was, and then he did Baywatch, which wasn't funny and it was terrible. But then he did Jumanji, which was great and a lot of fun, and then he did this, which didn't know what it was doing. I mean, I swear there was a moment in this movie, and this, I guess, is a spoiler. I don't care. It's after the moment that you see in the trailer where they're cornering George after he's grown bigger, and the Rock is fuck. Dwayne Johnson is trying to keep him from hurting him, and that scene cuts because he stops the cops from hurting, and the cops put their guns down. The scene cuts, and I swear to God, the next scene is Dwayne Johnson and Naomi Harris, the girl, whoever she was nondescript. The girl handcuffed with ties and going into Negan's ship. I mean, not even Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Negan could save this movie. I mean, he also exudes charisma in a different, creepy kind of way.
I think we'll be all right.
Are you going to be okay? Because I've seen you after the zombie apocalypse happens and some weird shit happens. What was I saying? Yeah, all right. So they cut from the scene where Dwayne Johnson is holding off the cops. The cops put their guns down. The next scene, Dwayne Johnson's in ties along with Naomi Harris going onto a ship, and I swear I didn't fall asleep. No, I didn't fall asleep, and I was paying attention the entire time. So at some point, the editor just said, "Fuck it, it doesn't matter. Let's get to explosions and loud stuff." I just don't understand what they were doing in this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, don't watch this movie, because it's terrible. Don't go pay your money to see it. What you should do is pay your money and try to find Jumanji, which is a much better video game movie than this will ever attempt to be. Go find Jumanji. You want a good, fun Dwayne Johnson movie, go get Jumanji, because and I didn't get a chance to review Jumanji, so I'm going to do it right now. So here's to Jumanji. And we'll talk about Jumanji for a minute. Jumanji was brilliantly fun. And the reason I say that, because Jumanji, which has Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, the best performance Jack Black has given since probably School of Rock, and Karen Gillan, in this kind of, it is a video game movie, but it's not based directly off a video game, so it can't fall into that category. But it takes all the things that we know and love, or even hate, or are kind of annoyed with the video games, and turns it on its head, and kind of gives you this kind of satire of video games, along with it being a really fun action movie. And just so clever, just so very clever, that it totally surprised me. So go find this movie. It's got to be cheap on demand or at Redbox or something. Go get Jumanji, watch that, and forget about this movie. It'll be much cheaper afternoon. You'll have so much more fun because it's such a better movie. So that's it. That's my recommendation. Skip Rampage. Go find Jumanji because it's so much better. It is really surprising and so much fun. So there you go. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. If you like this, please like, share, subscribe down here at the bottom. Thanks. Have a drink on me, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.